Hello everyone, welcome to Andy Visits. In today's video, we'll be discussing Snyder Cut Ending Explained. Zack Snyder's most anticipated cut of Justice League landed on HBO Max on Thursday, bringing the director's original vision for the DC superheroes to the streaming services. The film comes more than 3 years after Joss Whedon's 2017 theatrical cut disappointed fans and sparked a massive intense fan campaign. It's also 4 hours long, and we can save you a little time by telling you there are no mid-credit or post-credit scenes as we have been conditioned to expect in superhero movies. Scene 1. Deja vu on Leg's lovely yacht. This scene might look familiar if you saw the theatrical cut. After stopping Steppenwolf from bringing Darkseid and the armies of the planet of Apocalypse to Earth, our heroes go back to their lives and generally get happy endings. However, a guard at Arkham Asylum discovers some bald guys have taken the place of Lex Luthor, giving the supervillain a chance to escape. We find Lex on a yacht where he is joined by Slade Wilson, that is Deathstroke. The mercenary has a grudge against Batman. It seems that Batman was responsible for Deathstroke losing an eye, and Lex reveals what the Caped Crusader's real name is, Bruce Wayne, so Deathstroke can kill the hero. Scene 2. A trip to the post-apocalypse. The final scene jumps into a dark, yucky future in which Darkseid's forces have laid waste to Earth. However, there is still hope. Batman, Cyborg, and Atlantine Mera, a Mohawk Deathstroke, and Flash have formed a resistance group. And there is one more person, Joker, played by Jared Leto, who's got an excellently creepy laugh that sounds like a creaky door. There is a ball of tension between him and the Dark Knight as he taunts Bats about the loved one he's lost, his parents, and his adopted son. When Batman warns Joker to be careful, the clown adds a little more dramatic spice. You need me to help you undo this world you created by letting her die. Joker also wonders about the numbers of alternate timelines in which Batman has let the world be destroyed because he lacks the conscience to die himself. The clown gives Batman a Joker playing card that signifies a truce between them. Batman counters by revealing that Harley Quinn died in his arms but begged Batman to give the Joker a slow death when he kills him. Batman also drops the F-bomb here because this post-apocalyptic scene about death and vengeance needed to be extra hardcore. The dark future scene implies Darkseid returned to Earth in his hunt for the anti-life equation, a mathematical formula that would allow him to dominate all life, and took over. You might remember allusions to this around an hour and 40 minutes earlier in the movie when the Kryptonian ship warned Cyborg against activating the Mother Box. At that point, we get a glimpse of a reality in which a dead Wonder Woman was being burnt on a funeral pyre. Aquaman has been impaled by Darkseid and Superman was cradling a charred corpse and Darkseid looming over him. We get confirmation that Lois Lane was the corpse and her death left Superman emotionally devastated enough for Big Buddies to dominate his will. It sure looks like Lois was killed by Darkseid's Omega Beam Laser Eye move too, which makes Super's join him extra nasty. He really should just punch Darkseid into the sun. We don't also know that role Batman played in Lois' death. This situation is pretty similar to the one seen in the Injustice games in which Superman becomes a ruthless director. Our Joker tricks him into killing a pregnant Lois and blowing up Metropolis. This epilogue also links the two moments in BVS The Flash's Warning, where future Flash uses his power to jump back through time and warn Bruce to fear Superman, and the nightmare sequence in which Bruce dreams of a dark future in which Superman has gone bad. The scene at the end of Justice League presumably takes place before Flash goes back, and the team is likely preparing for his journey through time. Flash also appears to be wearing the armor from the Justice League's epilogue when he warns BVS Bruce. Since there are no plans for more Snyder-led DC movies, it's possible this plotline will never continue or it will play out in next year's Flash movie. It will see Affleck as Batman again, along with Michael Keaton's Batman returning to the version of the characters from the Tim Burton series and Pattinson playing a completely new one in Matt Reeves' The Batman. We might also see Martian Manhunter shows up in The Flash.
Nails done now.